Look so fresh, Nithya.
Yeah, thank you. How did it give it up? Just getting myself on Insta. So this is the last call of the year, and tomorrow is the last day of the year. How was 2024? Did it run? I think this year went too fast for me.
Same, I think, for me.
I don't know where it started and so what would you guys like to clear today at the end of the year? So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you destroy and create it? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 100, shorts, boys, OVATs, creations, bases, and beyonds. So the clearing statement has changed to, I think, 3 times in this year, in the end of this year. So this is a year of change. So what would you guys like to clear, as this is the last call of the year? What is it that you're looking to change? Anyone has anything? How would you like 2025 to be for you? If you would like 2025 to be amazing,
I
yes.
want to clear about doubtness about my ability to create my life more ease and become greater.
Okay, so let me ask you, Melanie, have you seen a dog doubt itself, saying that the
No,
instinct is
they
wrong?
they always happy.
Yeah, have you seen a baby deer that says, I shouldn't run, my intuition is wrong, I
Nah.
made a mistake? So we are also born with, our nature is not to doubt ourselves. Our nature is to like ourselves, and our nature is abundance. So it is easier to not doubt yourself than doubt yourself, okay? You have to spend more energy in doubting yourself.
Oh, okay.
It'll be easier when you don't. And try it, no? Don't doubt yourself for a week, see what happens.
It more if I feel not think about my job or works, it will I mean I feel more ease, yeah,
Yeah.
more ease
So try
and
it. Don't, what if just for this week you will not doubt yourself? Just like,
okay.
okay, this week I won't doubt myself. Next week I can restart
Mm-hmm.
and try it
Okay.
and see how life will change, okay? And what is the value of doubting yourself? Everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 100 shots, boys, OVADs, creations, bases, and beyond. What is the value of doubting yourself? Do you feel like if I doubt myself, I'll fail? So it's good. So are you afraid? Do you have the fear of success? Are you afraid of succeeding? So you can doubt yourself and keep failing and stay in the same.
I think I'm more like afraid of being failed
No
and
doubt.
wrongness
Are you
something.
are you truly afraid of failing? Okay. So what if you fail? What is wrong if you fail?
People will judge me that I'm not capable, something like that.
People will judge you anyway. You're capable, people will judge you. You're not capable, people will judge you. You do amazing, people will judge you. You
Mhm.
don't do well, people will judge you. That's not going to stop.
Okay.
You're not, you don't have to function based on other people's judgment. What if you fail? If you don't judge yourself, nothing happens. You just move on. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
The idea is to fail as fast as possible if you're going to fail, so that you know how fast you can change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's nothing called success. Success itself is a judgment. Gary said if one person's life changes because of you, you are a huge success.
Mm-hmm.
What have you defined as success? What have you defined as failure? And everywhere you're anticipating failure, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all 100 shots, boys, POVADs, creations, bases, and beyonds. So let's look at this. You're afraid people will judge you and reject you. So you're rejecting you yourself so that others cannot do it. But when you reject yourself, when you doubt yourself, when you say, am I not good enough? Guess what? People will come and say you're not good enough. When you say, I'm really good, and you don't doubt yourself, few people will come and acknowledge you. Others will still judge you because that's who they are, okay? And what if you receive judgment? You will make more money if you receive judgment. Do you know that? You will make $5,000 more if you can receive a judgment. That means you are an interesting point of view about the way someone judges you. Okay, if you cannot receive the judgment and you're afraid of their judgment, so what would you prefer?
Receive judgment and also the money.
Yeah, yeah. So it's okay. They will judge you anyway. You've done before sculpting, Melanie. It was so good, the class. And I have invented it and I've been telling people, and there's so many people who just dismiss it. They're like, what do you mean? So what if 1 inch reduces? Who cares? It's coming back the next day. So what if you made me grow taller? I became shorter the next day. They don't acknowledge that when you change your thinking, you have to continuously do it for it to work, or they don't acknowledge that even gaining your height is such a huge deal, even if it's in one session. They're like they're ready to dismiss anything and everything, okay? And people are ready to dismiss things even for the money. They're like, this is too expensive. But so when I first wrote my communion symbols book, everyone had kind of who I met were dismissing it. Today it has changed to B4 formats. So what if you just keep moving, irrespective of what people think? It doesn't matter how they judge you. You have to stop judging yourself, darling. Because your life is your business. Forget about the money, forget about the job, your body and your life. And what if you can enjoy your body? What if you can enjoy your life every moment, right? And there will be people who dismiss you. There will be people who dismiss you at every level. Even now, if you Google about access consciousness, there are so many people who write that it's a cult, it's not good, and things like that. There will always be that set of people. But what if you don't allow that to stop you? Right? Yes. Okay. And that's why, I love animals compared to people, because animals actually don't judge you. And if you really don't want judgment, go to the forest, stay with the trees. They will not judge you at all. And animals, you have to be a little careful. You can't go and like go near a wild animal, it might harm you or something. But trees will like not harm you, they will contribute to you, and they are so non-judgmental. If you want to work with people, we have to learn to receive the judgments, okay? And that's the beauty of you, right? You have these tools that will actually support you and help you on how to make things better with people too. So the idea is, because we are judging ourselves, we invite people to judge us. So when you stop judgment of self, you will see things will change, okay? And it's okay to make a mistake. It is okay if you don't get your promotion this month and you get it a month later. What's the big deal, right? So what have you made so significant in your life that makes you want you to doubt yourself? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 100 shots, boys, povats, creations, bases, and beyonds. Are you feeling better, Melanie?
Yeah, much more and happier.
You can also do the toad journey from my book, Walking with Wolf. It'll
Oh
help you.
yeah, okay.
It will stop you
The thought, yeah.
from wanting any validation from anyone. Because when I was
Mm-hmm.
doing that, when I was writing that, I was in a friend's house, and I had actually taken off my job. I had, my son was very small. I left my son with my mom, and I went to take care of her because she was so sick. She couldn't even move, and she refused to call her mother and her parents. So I went to take care of her for 2 days, and I got food for her. I was doing everything for her, and she was lying down major part of the time. So when she was lying down, I started working on my website. I taken off from office, but I was like, let me do something productive. When she's lying down, I don't want to lie down too. And then she got so angry at me, and I was like, how can you get angry at someone who's left their job and left their kid to come and take care of you? Because she could not receive that sort of love, that sort of care that anyone was giving her. She got angry at me, and then she said, everything I'm doing is not good, and why are you doing this? And I could not leave her because she couldn't even get up from the bed, and she refused to come to the hospital. So at that time, I felt very bad. I felt like completely invalidated, and it was not only invalidating the work I do, it was kind of invalidating my whole being. Because I thought I'm taking care of a friend, and she was like angry at me, and what are you doing, kind of things. And that's when I actually was crying that day, I think. And then the toad came into my vision and he said, like, you don't need anyone in the world to validate you at all. You don't need anyone to tell you that how good you are. Okay. And he said, look to nature to validate you. And he said, if you're really looking for validation and you're not convinced, it will rain and the rain will validate you. And I was like, what message is this? And within 2 minutes, it started raining. It was so cool. It was so cool. And even today, when people do the tour journey, I did it once in Delhi. It started raining, even though it's not rainy season. That's why I didn't do it in winter solstice, because we didn't want it to rain. This winter solstice it did rain. So that was like first, and we were like, how can it rain? Thank God the rain lasted only for 5 to 10 minutes, and nothing happened to the fire. But anyway, so everywhere you have a need for validation, will you now destroy and uncreate? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 100 shots, boys, creations, bases, and beyonds. Okay. So that's what you have to look at. As an infinite being, you do not need anyone to validate you, and nothing is right or wrong. Any actions you take is not right or wrong. If you think you've made the wrong choice, just correct it. That's all. Make a different choice. Learn from your experiences, or don't learn. It's fine to make the same mistake again. Whatever is fun for you. Okay. What if you can just be kind to yourself? What if the whole thing in this life for us to learn is not to make the most money, not to compare ourselves with others, not to run in the rat race, but to actually be kind to yourself? Will you guys like that? And it doesn't matter how much money you make. When you're unkind to yourself, you still get disease. When you're unkind to yourself, people still reject you. So is that what you're looking at? Or and what if you can be there for yourself, Melanie? When you are there for yourself, the universe will be there for you. And everyone else, you will invite people who actually can be there for you. But it starts with you being there for yourself. Okay. Okay. So what if 2025 is the year where we will have our own backs, where we're not looking for the universe to have my back? Universe always has your back, but you have to go through some sort of nonsense and then prove. And then, in the last minute, universe takes care of you. And then you're like, wow, the universe has my back. How many of you have created that again and again and again? So everything that brought up and let down. So all the bases and bases and bases and bases and all the bases and bases creating that, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, bock, all 100 shots, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. What if you would have your own back all the time? And whatever happens, we have the choice to respond. We don't have maybe we don't have control. Actually, we don't have control over everything. No one can, stop the sun from rising. Or to some extent, I can ask the weather to change, and it does work. But I cannot like make the sun rise 5 minutes later, or stop the sun from rising. And I think in the How to Become Money book, Gary has written something so profound. So he says, like, someone said, if you have a lot of money, you can control anything. And so Gary would like, can you control the sun from stop the sun from rising if you have all the money in the world? No, you can't. So there are so many things that we cannot control. But what you can control is the way you respond to the situations. What if any situation happens in your life, anything that happens in your life, you just respond with how does it get better? Okay, this didn't work. What else is possible? And trust the universe to expect the universe to give you what you're asking for. It doesn't show up the way you expect. That's the trick, right? The universe is always looking to give you what you're asking for. It doesn't show up the way I think it will. So when I decide this person will, I would like more fame, and this is the person who will give me that, and that person just rejects you, you're like, oh no, I've lost it. I don't trust myself. But the universe has a different way of giving it to you if you just trust. Have that hope, trust, expect the universe to give you what you're asking for. It doesn't show up the way you expect it at all. And that's where sometimes we are like, it's not happening, the universe is not taking care of me, which is not true. But the minute I say the universe is not taking care of me, everything stops. Whatever the universe is trying to give you kind of stops. So, what if that's where your awareness comes in the picture? Because it's not enough if you ask for something, you have to be willing to receive it also. So, how many of you keep asking what you desire and refuse to receive it? The moment it comes, it doesn't show up the way you expect, and so you dismiss it. Everything that is will you now destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 100 shots, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyond. Okay? And how many of you are bored with your awareness? You've created so much magic in your life that now you're bored with everything, and then you don't want to see what's working for you and what's not. And I think the best vibration, not I think, I know the best vibration to be in is gratitude. So, what if you're grateful for Melanie? What if you're grateful for the judgments? What if you're grateful for your failures? Because that's what made you who you are, right? And I have failed so many times. I don't want to even say, I think I've failed more than I've ever succeeded. So, if I didn't fail that much, I would not be here. And the funny part is, I will not even try to piss anyone off in a relationship. I won't fight with anyone. I won't talk controversially. I won't use bad words with anyone I work with or talk with. But they will just decide, like, they will themselves decide, this is too much for me, or you're judging me. I never do that. Or, you're giving me too much love. I can't handle it. So I kind of stopped. I'm like, I'm not giving people this, because many people cannot handle the beautiful energy that you are. That doesn't make you wrong. So that way, without me doing anything wrong, I've been rejected without, and I've made a lot of mistakes in my marriage. So that is completely on me. So I've made mistakes there. Have I made mistakes in my job? 100%. Am I making mistakes now? Probably yes. So everything that brought up in it down, will you now destroy and create it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 100 shots, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. Okay, so it's okay, Melanie. Just go ahead and do it. It's okay if you make one or two mistakes. Don't try to get everything right. I think the need to do everything right. Every word I talk has to be right. Every action I do has to be right. There is no right action. You may do everything right, people will still judge you. They will judge you for being righteous. Do you like a really righteous person? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 100 shots, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyond. So people will still judge you. What if you don't have to judge yourself? That's a trick. And be aware. I'm very aware of how people judge me, of how people respond to what I say, of how people like, because they tell me, like, they will tell me, can you give me an installment? I don't have the money right now. And then I would like, yeah. And then the next month they would be in, on Facebook, they'll be in Egypt or Africa or some other place. And how did you have the money for that? Right? So they're lying. But that should not, allow you, when you get into the judgment of their liars, what have they done to me? And then you become a victim, that brings your energy down. So then I acknowledged, okay, I made a mistake. So if people ask me for installments now, I really don't want to give it because I don't see a point. It's not true that people don't have money at all. It's just that they want to take you for granted. They want to ask you for an installment, and then they don't receive it well when you give installments also. And then they're not even happy to come back and tell you that they didn't receive much. All these things, all types of people are there. And there are also some very amazing people who really are authentic, who really honor you, who really admire you. So what if you can attract more of those people in your life? Okay, but all sorts of people do show up because everyone in the universe is kind of you. And the people who show up in your life, the work, the way your workplace treats you, all that depends on how you vibrate. Okay, so there was once I used to work in I used to work in a very big corporate office, and I used to feel that I'm not doing a good job, and I was the only woman manager there. So I felt like everyone was judging me and I was not doing as well as the men. And that was true. It was true for long. And one day when I started working on myself, I said, I really appreciate myself. Let me appreciate the work I do. The work I do, let me do with joy. I'm not going to compare myself with them anymore because they were all much older than me, more experienced, more aggressive, more ambitious. Obviously, they were doing better. But I said, let me not compare myself and just acknowledge that I'm giving whatever I can. And within a week, at least two or three of those colleagues, they came and said, "We really appreciate you being a woman and you're doing so much work. We really appreciate how dedicated you are." And I was like, "Are you talking about me or someone else?" And they're like, "We're talking about you." So everywhere I am not willing to appreciate myself, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shots, boys, creations, bases, povads, and beyond. So would you guys be willing to appreciate yourself? And it has to be like, truly appreciating yourself, not I just say I appreciate myself. It's a art, it's some sort of energy to really really stop judging yourself. And it's okay if you judge yourself. Do not judge yourself for judging yourself. And judgment takes up more energy than being in allowance. Judgment, for you to fail, you need to put in more effort compared to when you succeed. Okay. And who makes you fail is your own thinking. When you overthink, you're working against yourself. It is so much energy. So, what if you can just focus on your energy on things that work? I know it sounds so simple. It is actually so simple. And when you truly, so would you guys allow the universe to do everything for you? People may not, but there are so many spiritual beings in the universe. There are spirit guides, there are angels, there are, whatever you call them, whatever you don't call them, there are so many other beings listening to you. And your body is listening to you. They're all here to please you and give you what you're asking in the fastest way possible. And when that happens, some point of view that you have will show up. Some thinking, some anxiety, some fear, some doubt will show up, because that is how we've been functioning. Now, when it shows up, it's showing up so that you can clear it, not because you have to engage with it again and go down with it again. Okay. Because when you ask for something big, all the crap in your life has to clear. That's not easy. It's not fun. And it's showing up to tell you that you did not clear this point of view. You're asking for this. So for example, you're asking for a relationship, and let's say you have a point of view that I really don't like men. Okay. And you're asking for a relationship with a man. So when you ask for a relationship, all your points of view about, I don't want to stay with someone else, they will dominate me, it didn't work last time, I may fight, all these points of view show up. And now it's about, do you really want the ask or do you not? And you have to work on all these points of views before you can actualize what you're asking for. So just keep working on yourself. And whenever you have doubt, just you can say, you can ask, what's the value of doubting myself, or how does it get better, what else is possible, what if I don't have to doubt myself? Because you are going to continue the next day. As long as you're breathing, you're fine. Okay, cool. So what else would you guys like to clear? Have I talked too much? I hope I've not talked too much. So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 100 shots, boys, povads, creations, bases, and beyonds. And who are you picking up things from? What have you picked up from someone else that you're not willing to let go, that you've made yours? Everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 100 shots, boys, povads, creations, bases, and beyonds. Yes. Okay. So that's this is the last day of the year. It's not. Tomorrow is the last day of the year. This is the last call of this year, the last morning star call. I do have another call at 11, based on advanced formats for only 555 INR. It's around $8, I think, 8 USD. So if you join that, I will kind of use a B4 formats, not even B4 formats, an advanced format technique to clear a lot of things that are stopping you from abundance as much as we can before you go into the next year, so that you have a clean slate and you can start with amazing thinking, because it all starts with your point of view. Change your point of view, change your reality. Dream bigger, thrive in your dreams, know that what you're looking for will happen. And then sometimes when you get what you're looking for, sometimes I just like, I really don't desire anything. That's also okay. You don't have to actually have desires. What if your only desire is for you to be happy? That's also fine. And what if you don't have to keep out creating or competing or, doing what someone else does? What if you figure out what makes you joyful, what makes your being joyful, and just be that? So everything that brought up and let down, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 100 shots, right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 100 shots, boys, forwards, creations, bases, and beyonds. I'm sorry, I'm getting used to that new clearing statement. I don't have to be sorry, but it's fine. It's just taking a lot of time to let go of the 9. I really love that 9. So anyway, all 9 is something that's so ingrained. I've been using it for the last 8 years maybe, and then suddenly changing all 9 to all 100 is just change. And it takes time for you to change. When you have to change from where you are into something different, it will take time. Do not be hard on yourself. Give yourself that time. Like I said, expect the universe to deliver what you're asking. Don't expect it to show up the way you're asking for. Do not get into the how. This person will give it to me. That person will do it for me. This is the way it'll happen. And when people move away from your life, it just gives space for more. What if you don't have to look at it as people rejecting me? What if you look at it as maybe they were not worth what you are here to offer? They were not ready. Some people are really, really not ready for you. And then it doesn't help you or them when you invite them into your space. Okay. And some people are just mean by nature. That's also there. And some people have decided that, something against you. Those are all judgments. So what if you're okay to let all those people go and invite better people, better beings into your life? So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 100 shots, boys, POVADs, creations, bases, and beyonds. Yes, okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up in the next 5 minutes. If you want an amazing 2025, I'm sure. Let it be amazing. Give your intention. You can do it yourself. But if you don't need anything from me. But if you would like, no, I would like to invite you to join my call from 11 to 12. It's only 555 INR. It will change so much for you. And then I have another call at 8:30 p.m. IST that's about planet medicine. So I'm going to work with all the different planets, 9 planets. We're going to check how they're influencing our life, and we're going to clear it. It's not about how, it's about changing it so that in 2025, all the astrology works for you. Would you like that? Would you like to receive from these amazing planets? First time I'm doing a call on around planet medicine, because with Unearth One Earth, we've been working with animal medicine. I've written so many books around animals. And then this year we started plant medicine. And before the year ends, something new, which is planet medicine. So if you guys would like this, please do. In the Morningstar group, all the details of these 2 calls are there. You can just join in. Planet medicine, it's a class. It's a group session. It's not a class. I will be doing it for you. It's just 2,000 rupees, because for the new year, I have kind of priced things very, very, I can't even say reasonable, but very, very, very reasonable. So how does it get better? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 100, shorts, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. Starting January 11th, I have my new shamanic batch coming. If you guys would really like to get deep into shamanism, see how spirit guides can contribute to you, do get in touch with me and I will give you more details. Okay, so that's it, guys. Anything else? Does anyone have any other question, or are you guys feeling really good? Did I tell you enough? Okay, cool. So have a great Monday and happy new year. So have a great 2025. Let you, maybe you just let go of whatever you are not able to let go, but whatever you should let go right now or in the next 2 days, so that 2025 starts for you so amazing in ways beyond your imagination. And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad. Pod and pock, all 100 shots. Boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. Okay, guys, thank you. Have a great day.